Wait a minute. You mean the guys from the podcast?
Yes. But it won't interfere with their schedule. They record on Thursdays.
None of your sounds are working.
Hey, I need you if you're gonna take away the second intro for the old intro again.
Okay.
I need you to fix the logo so that it all shows.
Paul,
it drives me bazonkers.
I don't give a shit. You do it then.
It drives me. I don't know how.
That sucks. Anyways, hey everybody.
And no, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. And not only that, you won't even give me like the right stuff to make it happen.
What do you mean? What am I not giving you?
I don't know. You just don't give me nothing.
Hello, everybody.
You don't tell me nothing. Apparently, we have a Patreon episode live coming up this Friday.
No, I'm tired of hearing his demands there, Jake. Anyways, welcome everybody to a special live episode. We're doing this because we have the BASSMASTER Kayak Series Event 1 Lake Murray winner, Jake. I do not know how to pronounce his last name. We're going to find that out. Coucoules?
Coucoules.
Coucoules.
I don't know.
Coucoules.
I don't know.
Anyways,
we've look up here. Look up here. Hey, you guys. What movie is that from?
I have no idea, but we never record
the
this
Three
early.
Amigos.
Oh, it's been a hot minute. So, he's not scheduled to come on for another 10 minutes. We're going to chit chat with you for a little bit, and then we'll bring him on. Just a reminder. So what's really cool, too, is if people can't make this one, this is going to be part of a double-header Friday. We're going to have two episodes at the same time on Friday. We've never done that on this show, and I'm pretty excited for it. Remember to sign up for the Patreon this Friday, March 1st is the first last call with Alex and Paul. You can find the link if you can find it on our socials, or you can actually just Google Bass and Brews needs your fucking money, and it pops up right there. So, Paul?
Hey, you didn't put this live on Facebook. I'm not proud of you.
I forgot Facebook. I forgot Facebook because I never get the details of Facebook because you never,
You don't need them. All you have to do is click the button to select Facebook.
I'd like to know. Does anybody actually follow us on Facebook? I'd like to know because
yeah, we've got I want to say somewhere between 400 and 800 people. I'm not exactly sure of the number.
It's a big gap, but
yeah,
Blake,
you know what?
We are overachievers. Yep. 2 episodes this week for your ear holes. Plus, if you're a Patreon, you're gonna get a 3rd episode, all on fucking Friday, basically. So. Very excited.
Hey, for you folks just joining, be patient. Jake is coming.
He's coming.
Jake is coming. We're
to get chit-chatting with you.
Alex and I had a miscommunication as usual on the time we were going to start. He says 6:30, and he was holding us to it. So we got Jake, not Jake Stem, but Jake Cacao coming, and then after that, it'll be great because. This is going to be...
Then Sean, tell him to fucking log on now then. If you were just on the phone with them, get him going.
So Sean texts him, like, oh my God, they started without you. But we did want to come on here and handle some of our business first. With the Patreon coming up, first one this Friday. Alex just told me, last Friday while I was camping, trying to learn Murray so I could fish. I won 90th place.
Yep.
With
and
5
dude, that's
total
not
fish.
bad. That's fucking good.
All right, look, let me tell you. Everybody keeps saying, that's not bad, man. That's not bad. Let me tell you something.
That's not that bad.
No. If you catch, 4 fish on the first day, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
That's a good day.
But only 1 fish the second day.
Yeah, that fucking
and to
sucks.
finish in 90th place, I'm not proud of that at all. Like, at least if I would have caught 4 fish on the second day,
Yeah.
I would have felt better. But no, if you catch 1 fish, like if you catch 5 fish in a 2-day tournament total and you finish 90th, you cannot. Well, I'm not going to speak for other people.
Damn straight.
I'm not going to feel sorry for myself.
Right. I mean, okay, I never do this, but Paul, you fucking should be proud because you didn't pre-fish, none of that. I get it. Like when I saw that day 1 total, I was like, oh man, this man is going to be insufferable for the next couple months because it looks like he's going to do really well in this tournament. And thank God you jabber hammered it up and didn't catch anything. But I did kind of feel bad that you, you just didn't do shit.
It's okay. Hey, look, Brian, getting ganged up by 2 New Jersey guys, it ain't going to bother me at all. I will say this to go along with your comment, though. The Northeastern guys, I mean, they crushed it on Lake Murray. They crushed it. I don't have the standings right in front of me. I want to say out of the top 15, there were probably 8, and it's somewhere around 8 Northeast guys. I mean, those folks, Bailey, our good buddy, Bailey Egbert from Serious Angler, third. Jake first. I mean, second was it Brian, I think? He's from Pennsylvania. I mean, the top 3, Jake. The top 3 were Northeast guys.
Yes. Jake Stem, where are we fishing for lake trout? Isn't that just like a big fat ass fucking trout that it just sits in a lake, right? Are you still chucking dough bait at that thing? Like, I mean, that's how I think of
it's
trout
a fish
fishing.
Alex Mike can catch then if all you have to do is chuck dough bait at it.
Merrill's got it? Oh, no shit. Okay. Yeah, no, I saw that too. And then anybody who's watching the live show, if you want to hear a real podcast with Jake, immediately following this one, head over to Real Northern Bassing. Dude, Jake's not even on here to defend himself, but this dude's such a big name that he is booked solid, but he gave us first crack at him. So that was nice. That's like, Jake's kind of like the girl who like had a glow up over the summer. So he's kind of letting us hit it first, but the real heavy hitters are coming later on. So, you can immediately see him on Real Northern Bassing after this show. So,
and I apologize. It was Ryan Matilizik. I cannot pronounce his name. It was Ryan, not Brian, that won second. But to go down this list, hey, we got our good buddy Wyatt Hammond, who gave us the that's a good fish, our first bass or ass. And he finished 5th.
That's
Brundle,
did he really?
Yeah.
Oh, hell
Brundle, Massachusetts guy, 6th.
Yep.
Then we got, another good buddy of ours has been on the podcast a time or two, Jeremy Heath from Queen City Kayak. He was 9th. And then Nick Audi was 11th. Former guest, Russ Snyder, still rolling with the Bass and Brews luck. If it wasn't for Bass and Brews, Russ Snyder's would not be a household name.
Listen, Russ Snyder's, Russ Snyder's pretty much owes all his success to being on this show, not only in fishing, but also I've heard he's been laying down many decks because of his outing on this show. So
yeah, I know. If it wasn't for us, Russ Snyder's would not be a master deck builder, nor a household name when it comes to kayak fishing. You're welcome,
Correct.
Russ. I know you're not listening, you won't, but maybe somebody will tell you.
Russ, I want a cut of those deck checks. That's what I want.
Yeah. Ryan Malia, I'm assuming was another Northeast guy, 36th. Let me see. We got Dave Crockett from Maryland.
Another, okay.
Yeah, past guest, Matt Millard, Tennessee. I mean, there's some good stuff. There's some good stuff up there.
You're welcome.
Jake Angelus, New Hampshire. I'm telling you, the Northeast guys crushed it here on this Lake Murray tournament. I wonder why. I'm thinking that it's because it set up that cold water fishing set up. Okay. We're going to get to hear at least why one of the Northeast guys did good, because Jake is going to tell us what he did, and we'll be able to extrapolate some information on maybe why the Northeast guys did so good.
I think it's probably just like someone said in the chat. It's just the Northeast is better fishermen than the South. You guys are kind of like, you guys are one-trick ponies. You guys think you're all big badass because you get to supposedly fish all year, but then a bunch of northern kids come down to your neck of the woods and fucking put a spanking on you. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you know who wasn't down here to put a spanking on anybody? Your little
That's
short
me.
ass.
Yeah, no shit, right? Yeah. But
Hey,
anyways,
but
we're having a guy from New Jersey. That's basically it's basically I went down there and beat you personally. Is how I'm taking this.
You're riding the coattails of Jake Coucoules.
Listen, 100% that me and Jake, we formed up to be Master Blaster from Mad Max, and we went down there and beat the shit out of Jabberhammer personally.
Well, I will say this: if Jake didn't throw a swim jig off on the first cast, then you had nothing to do with his win.
I haven't thrown a swim jig off in a very long time. I also
at least one you put on video.
I was going to say I also haven't thrown a swim jig in a very long time.
Hey, speaking of that, Blackbeard, KBF has their Lake Murray tournament coming up this weekend. So we're going to see if those guys can put up the numbers these guys did, because it is going to be kind of nasty. It's going to be kind of nasty there this weekend for sure.
Hey, Paul, did you do the Serious Angler fantasy fishing thing Bailey set up?
No, I've done it. I did it 2 years ago. I didn't do it last year. I'm not going to lie. I play a lot of fantasy football.
Yeah.
And I used to be in like 15 leagues, and they were all year-long leagues. They were all dynasty leagues.
Right.
And I cut back to I'm in 4 now. It's hard for me, and I have to pay money to get into those. So it's hard for me to get those lineups set right. And fantasy football or fantasy fishing, I took the wife approach to fantasy fishing.
Based off looks?
No. Their name. Whatever cool name I found, I picked. It's a lot of work to do fantasy fishing. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of work.
Hey,
and then I tried to do stuff with Bailey and them, but then they started looking at my picks and scores, and Bailey said, you're not allowed to be on the show.
So I represented for us under the name Bass and Brews, and after this first week, I put up an impressive last fucking place. Like just fucking bomb the whole thing. It's pretty fucking atrocious. Hey, what's CCF? Is that
CCKF is Central Carolina Kayak Fishing. That's one of my local leagues here out of the Raleigh area.
Yeah, I'm not going down there. I won't even go to like events that are an hour away from me, let alone.
Nate Shagnon said he was pissed at you because he invited you to the show that they were at, and they had free baits to give you, and you didn't show up. Hey, Brian, he's not going to come down here to fish because he won't even come down here to see me.
Well, I have more of a chance to go down there to fish than to see you. Like, why would I why would I want to see the ex-co-host of the Bass and Brews podcast? You know what I mean?
Ex, who's replacing me?
I think nobody. Well, I think there's 2 new hosts coming in, and we're both quitting, and we're just gonna sell this off for $1 million hairs, and we're gonna ride away into the sunset.
Oh yeah, great. Look, see, you got 2 people. Jake said come fish the Slade Nation in Jersey.
Okay.
And then you got the New Jersey KBF. Man, you've got all the league. What tournament are you fishing? What league is it?
Well, I'm not I'm going to do the open for I just actually looked at them today. I think I can knock out all the early opens for the South Jersey kayak bass fishing. So that's like Lenape, Union, and Prospertown.
Go to Delaware.
Slower, lower. I'm so stoked that you could come in for a little bit. I know bedtime's coming up soon. Mid Jersey kayak because there's no central. Stoked to see you on here. Slower, lower. Good because I don't have a motor or live scope, which is perfect.
Yeah, he'll be lucky if he remembers how to pedal his kayak.
I know how to fucking pedal it. Wolf of Walmart, what's up, buddy?
Hey, speaking of that, real quick, guess who was one of the campers that camped with us this weekend?
Randy Blockett.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Shipwreck.
Who? Oh, was he?
Darren Schwinkbeck camped with us.
Dwayne Schwinkbeck. That's
Look,
his brother.
all
That's
right,
his brother
look.
Dwayne.
We got to
His
have
other
him
brother,
on the
Dwayne.
podcast again because he told stories that I haven't heard yet that were phenomenal.
Dude,
but
you got
everywhere
all
he
that
goes,
fancy
he has a
fucking
story.
gear. Why didn't you? What you have all that fancy fucking
I didn't take
recording
it with
gear?
me. Look, we didn't have time for that. We were fishing. Let me tell you a quick story about Schwinkbeck before Jake gets on here. We fished Saturday morning, the first day. Darren gets back to the campsite. He's like, man, I about fell out of me. Darren and I put in the same ramp, and I was in before him, but he had some shit going on. I didn't know what was going on, but he goes, man, I changed the oil in my truck like 3 or 4 days before I got here. And you'd have to see the back of his truck, how he's got it set up, because he's got a camper shell with shells. Anyway, he had a gallon of oil, wasn't a full gallon, but it was a gallon bottle of oil with motor oil left in it. And he put it on his shelf. It spilled over sometime Friday or Saturday onto his kayak.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And he didn't know it. So when he got to his kayak, he almost slipped and fell out of his kayak getting in. And then we must have had probably about 15 people launching with us. And it's a takeoff. Like everybody launches. Pretty much everybody's got motors except for him and maybe a couple other people. And so he's pedaling. He goes, man, my foot kept sliding off the pedal. I couldn't pedal. The oil had fallen down off the shelf and had spilt all in his kayak. It was I bet if it would have been daylight, he'd look like the fucking Exxon Valdez pedaling to the oil
slick the whole way.
That's why he ain't catching no damn fish, because he was oiling them all out.
Hey, did he have his walker set up or no?
He did. I took a video. And not only that, he put it in his tent because they weren't bedding, so he didn't use it. He had it as a tent like he was a 90-year-old. But then him and I met before we left Sunday afternoon, and I took a video and a picture of it. I got to make a TikTok and an Instagram reel to put it up there. But yeah, he had it. Sure enough, old shipwreck.
That's fucking, yeah, we got to have him back on. He was, again, the best was that he was going to be on the end of the year kegger, only if he could fit it in between like senior men's hockey beer league.
Well, he said he was going to come on during their halftime or whatever the hockey is, but he didn't make it happen. So he's definitely going to come on. Scoping is cheating. Nope. Give me all the scoping. Give me all the AR. Give me all the stuff. I want everything.
I didn't know that Randy Blockett had burner accounts. That's cool, Jake.
Uh-oh. All right. Everybody who's waiting patiently. We have Hake Coucoules on.
How's it going,
Jake,
boys?
what's up,
Good to
host?
see you guys.
What's up? Hey, how do you pronounce your last name?
Coucoules.
Coucoules.
No, it's just cacao from here on out.
We've been on for 18 minutes, and you're now dubbed Coucoules.
I think that's what Steve said too, so that works.
Perfect.
Hey, look, us Southern folks know how to pronounce names.
Bullshit.
Oh,
Bullshit.
see, Jake's already my boy. He's got Michael Jordan behind him.
Oh, I have so many Jordan posters in here.
Look at this.
Hey, man, are you at your parents' house? Do you live with your parents?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Oh, shit. I meant that as a joke. I'm sorry.
Hey, Alex, you know what? He might live with his parents, but he made more money this past weekend.
Yeah, no shit.
Than you've made in 2 weeks.
Okay, that's fair.
No,
that's
probably
fair.
a month. Actually,
No, not a
probably
month.
2 months.
Not a
Do you
month.
know how much you won?
Yeah, 13,000.
You ain't making that in no 2 months. If
you're
you
right.
are, the Patreon needs to be free.
Fuck off. All right, Jake. We have you here. We've already talked a lot about how you're a hot commodity. You just hit the big time and you decided to pop your full length podcast cherry with us. So we already apologize to you for that. Sorry it couldn't have been a prettier podcast. But
Oh no, I
covered
covered you guys, man.
well, you're gonna warm up, right? And then you're gonna go to northern bass fishing.
Real northern bassin', yeah, to a
real
real
northern
podcast.
bassin'. Yeah. So we're basically the fluffer for the ham salad team. Because Jake,
You guys are like an appetizer.
exactly. Remember when you go over there at 8:00, instantly ask what the fuck's up with ham salad, because they love ham salad over there.
It must be a New Hampshire thing.
Yeah, this fucking weirdos.
Just throw it out there. It comes from when they were on. Hey, look, Jake, I was at Lake Murray with you. I did almost as good as you. I was 90 points worse than you are, which is about half as good as you did. But you crushed it. You did really good. Start this off before you give me an aneurysm over here bouncing around on the phone like that.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it set up.
Look,
nice.
I told you to don't apologize to us now. We ain't worth apologizing to. Give us a quick rundown of what brought you to where you are today in your fishing journey.
I mean, I don't know where to start at. I mean, when I was a kid, all I ever wanted to do really was go fishing. My uncle took me when I was 4 years old, and that was it. Like, I was hooked. That was all I ever cared about. I mean, I love football too, but outside of that, those are like the only two things I ever wanted to do. Every weekend, I would just beg my dad, like, please, 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 can we go fishing? Like, he'd be like, no, it's 20 degrees out and it's blowing 30 miles an hour. But I don't care. Like, can we just go? I don't even care if I catch anything. I just want to be out there.
And it's awesome
Hey,
to see you have
Alex,
success.
shut up. I have an important question.
Hold on, because you said you love football too. So it's great you're having
He's an
success
Eagles
with
fan.
fishing.
I can tell.
No.
He's
Don't
not.
ever say I'm an Eagles
He's
fan.
a big old loser Commanders fan. So it's
Oh,
I'm
Redskins
glad
fan.
at least one of
Hey,
your
that's
passions is successful.
That's okay. That's okay. You got Sam Howell, and you're probably going to have 2 North Carolina quarterbacks on your team. You're probably going to have Drake May.
We almost had Ben Johnson too, another North Carolina quarterback, but he didn't want to come to us. So
Who would want to come to that? Trash
Well,
team?
so you
Dan
started
Quinn.
fishing. You started fishing as a kid. You guilted your dad into taking you out in the worst weather possible, and that set you up to have the bug to fish. Has it always been out of a kayak? Has it been out of a boat? Do you own a boat? What how did you get into the kayak side?
Well, when I was a kid, my family or my stepdad has a boat, but it's not a fishing boat. He didn't let me ever fish on it. But I started from the bank, and I fished from the bank from forever until I was like, I didn't get my license till I was like 20. So yeah, I was on the bank until then. And then the week that I got my license, I got my first kayak. It was like a shitty little Field and Stream Blade, like 9.5-foot sit-in.
Oh my God.
but it got the job done. And once I got out on the kayak, I was like, this is way better than being on the bank. Now I can fish the whole lake. Like, I can hit it from different angles. I can get spots that I couldn't get because of the trees and the brush that would be on the bank. And then I started finding out about this club called the South Jersey Kayak Bass Fishing Club. And I fished a tournament with them. And I got my butt kicked. I skunked.
What year was that?
The COVID year, 2020.
Yep.
Okay. So your first tournament into kayak fishing was 2020.
That technically was my second tournament.
Okay.
My first ever tournament was a Ike Foundation tournament. I believe it was the year before, 2019.
Okay.
That was before Fishing Chaos. They had iAngler as the app, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't have a catch board. I had a tape measure, and I remember I caught 2 fish. Both of them ended up flopping off because I couldn't get the picture with the tape measure. It was so difficult.
He had a tape measure trying to. Boy, you come a long ass way from having all your fish
In a
flop
quick
off.
time too.
Yeah, from a tape measure to then wrecking the Lake Murray Bassmaster in 2024.
It doesn't feel like a quick time. I mean, it feels so long ago thinking about that, fishing out of the 9.5-foot sit-in.
What are you in now? What boat do you have now?
I have a Hobie Outback 12-foot. But in between, I also had a Ascend
Ascend.
12T.
The fucking Ascend 12T.
Yeah.
Hey, just so you guys know, this episode is brought to you by the Ascend 12T, the shittiest boat on the market. Do you want to paddle around and not get anywhere? Get an Ascend 12T. They fucking suck. No, but they're like, I mean, they're okay. Hey, do you still fish SJKBF?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Are you doing the Lenape one in May?
We're gonna see how my schedule lays out, honestly. But I'll do as many as I can. I don't know how many big tournaments I'm gonna do. Now I can afford to do some more traveling tournaments, so I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
do as
can.
many as I can.
Hey,
But
so
if
breaking
I'm home,
news.
I'll do it.
I'm challenging Jake at the Lenape event, but he's already coming up with excuses not to face me. Is how I'm going to take this. My first tournament ever, but he doesn't. He doesn't want the. He doesn't want the smoke. I get it.
You should be scared of my buddy Lane L. He owns that lake.
Dude, Lane's a beast at Hamilton and Lenape.
He's a beast anywhere.
Yeah, that's.
All right, so
Hold on, one Sean. That's funny as shit. Jake, fuck you. Jake cannot show and still beat you, Alex.
that might be true. Hey, Alex is gonna find some crappie though. I can guarantee you that. And he's probably gonna be really excited about in a bass tournament that he paid to be in.
I give up and I just fish for crappie the whole time, but somehow I turn it in and take negative points, so then Jake can still beat me with a 0, even though he's not there.
All right, Jake, when did you get down? Did you have any prior experience on Murray? Did you get down and be able to practice some?
I went to the KBF. I actually put a KBF shirt on for this because I feel like it's kind of unfair what's happened to them over the years. But yeah, I've been down there the last 3 years in a row, every year since 2021, and it was the same weekend as this tournament. So I had a really good feeling about what was going to go down on this one.
So you had a good idea what was going to go down in your practice? Were you just eliminating water, or were you finding fish in the places that you wanted to find them?
I was really just trying to get as many good waypoints in my graph as I could find. I was mostly just covering water. If I caught a good fish, get out of there, mark it, get out of there, save it for the tournament. But I didn't really end up or expect to end up fishing where I ended up catching most of those big ones at. That was just sort of like a spur of the moment decision. You'll see in my YouTube video exactly what I'm talking about. I started working on editing it earlier. It's going to take a couple more days probably.
There you go.
Oh hell yeah!
How did the wind that came in around 11 o'clock? Were you sheltered? Did it help your fishing? Did it catch you off guard? Because the wind was kicking, man. I mean, where I was, I posted a TikTok where I had the wind speed and where I was, and it was 25 to 30 miles per hour, and I was in it all day. Obviously, it didn't help me much. Did that affect you at all? Do you think it helped your bite, or were your fish there regardless?
I do think it helped my bite, definitely. I think it made the big ones a little bit easier to fool. Them fish are real smart in that lake. It's tough to fool them. Usually, you got to do something a little bit different than everyone else.
The tournament's over. Give us the quick rundown of your top 3 lures that you used.
Well, the big ones came on that 3/4 chatterbait. That's what the 22 and the 21 came on. But the tactical crank, that's what really saved me on day 2.
You caught them cranking.
I was feeling it a little bit, the pressure. And luckily, I was able to get that 19 and the 19 and a half both on that tactical crank, like towards the end of the day. And that's really what ended up sealing it for me.
How deep were those cranking fish?
About 9 to 10. There was like some stumps around the island that they were keen on, but for some reason they wanted you to burn it real quick and then pause it, but a long pause, like almost like a jerkbait pause, like a 5-second pause, then burn it again real quick. I don't really know why they wanted it like that, but that's what they wanted that day.
What made you pick up a crankbait in that situation and chunk it with 50-degree water temps, 25 mile per hour winds? Well, I guess you said the crank was the second day.
Yeah, I caught one
Okay.
on the. I caught a couple on the crank day one too,
Okay.
but I only caught one on the tactical. I caught one on a rock curler, and I caught one on a DT10.
Hmm. That's interesting because it wasn't necessarily what you would call good cranking weather, but you caught them both days, and one day was windy and the water temps were both the same, and then the second day was bluebird post frontal skies, and you got them on a crankbait there. That's was that a gut decision?
Yeah, that that was really what I had confidence on. Like that's what I planned on throwing down there like months before. I've been practicing that with that tactical crank for months and months trying to get better because I had a feeling it would be a big player down there. Because last year I almost cashed a check on day one on the rock crawler, but there was just some areas that I couldn't get the rock crawler deep enough. And that tactical crank I can get a little bit deeper and it's a little bit bigger, like it has a little bit more drawing power.
Gotcha. All right. So everybody can see Paul stepped off. Hey, we're doing a lot of fishing talking. If anybody knows, we're the best fishing podcast that doesn't talk about fishing. So, hey, we're gonna play a game. It's called Marry, Fuck, Kill. You need to marry one of the options. You need to fornicate one of the options, and you need to kill one. Your options are Bigfoot, Loch Ness, or aliens.
That's an interesting question right there.
Do you need
We
a
told
visual?
you this was not going to be your typical tournament
Oh, yeah.
recap episode.
Hey, do you need a visual stimuli? Because here's what Loch Ness might look like.
No, that's a
Maybe.
Bigfoot.
Oh, that's a Bigfoot. Sorry. Oh yeah, here's what Loch Ness would maybe look like, and then here's what aliens would look like. So here's your options.
Well, Loch Ness was looking pretty sexy. I'm gonna have to fuck Loch Ness.
Oh, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
And then I guess I'm gonna have to kill the aliens because they're gonna try and take over the planet. So I guess
Fuck
I'm gonna have
yeah.
to marry Bigfoot.
Hell yeah, dude. Those are all solid choices.
Hey, you're from Jersey too. Have you ever seen the Jersey Devil? Have you ever been scared of the woods?
I had my cousin try and convince us that the Jersey Devil was following us one time, and he scared the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. We were
Did it look
walking
like
in the
that?
woods, and he was just throwing rocks. Like he's like, he's coming. I was like, don't let him get us. Don't let him get us.
I'm figuring out right now how to get a Jersey. We've already had a Bigfoot researcher. I'm in talks right now to get a Jersey Devil expert on the show, and we're gonna talk. And he fishes too. He fly fishes for like pickerel out of the Pine Barrens. So that's early stages. Let's hope it works out.
That's one thing I want to learn. I've been begging my buddy Sean Place and Ryan Melia to teach me how to fly fish because that's one thing I do not know how to do.
You hear that, Sean? Teach this man how to fly fish.
Yeah,
dick.
tell Sean.
He's in the chat. He's in the chat.
Yeah,
He's watching right now.
Hey,
I just
Jake,
got off the phone with him earlier.
Jake, I feel like you need to put learning how to fly fish on the back burner for the year of 2024,
Yeah,
at least
maybe.
for the next few tournaments,
Maybe.
and keep riding the wave from Lake Murray. And after you come on Bass and Brews, your luck is going to increase so much it might be unbearable.
Hey, Jake, do
I'll
you know who
take it.
Russ?
That sounds good
do,
to me.
Do you know who Russ Snyder's is?
I've heard of him.
Yeah, so he wasn't a big name until he came on this show. Just to be clear.
I think that boy can catch him.
Yeah, there's another guy too. His name's Greg Blanchard. He's from California. Nobody knew
Yeah.
he was till he came on the Bass and Brews.
Yep.
Mhm.
Same
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
That
Really
guy can
regional,
catch 'em, too.
small name. Yeah. Well, I mean, he couldn't until he got on our show.
Yeah,
so.
and then I gave him a lesson on how to fish those California waters. So when you're ready for lessons from the Jabberhammer, if you want to
90th place. 90th place.
if you want to nail down the 50th percentiles, I can get you there, and then you're gonna need how good you are to get you to stay in those top 5, and I think you can do it.
See, look, Jake Stem knows that he got all his fame from us too. We are the platform that elevates Trash. No, not trash.
Hey, I knew Jake Stem before he was famous. Me and him were fishing together way before he was famous.
Oh, so you
Now
knew him
he's a
before?
big name now. He doesn't
Yeah,
have
Yeah.
time to fish with me as much.
yeah. Well, it's
Oh.
kind of sad that he got famous from videotaping a bald eagle and not fishing.
Hey man, he that kid can fish too.
Yes, he
How do
can.
we
He
get-
can wallop them.
I've seen
Paul.
it in person.
How do we set up a tournament between Jake, and Jake?
And the Jake
Right,
off.
like-
be a good
We're gonna
Like,
call
how
it
do we
the
get
Jake off.
Jake,
That would be a
Jake
good
Stem,
one.
and Jake Harshman, and we have a Jake off.
What? Whoa! We need Jake Angelus in there too, because
Yeah.
he'll whoop all our butts.
It's all,
Listen,
all
I want
four
an
Jakes.
all Jake
Yes.
tournament. I want an all Jake tournament because Jake, I feel like, is the most common kayak fisherman name. It seems like,
Ryan's
like-
up there too.
yep, it's either Jake or Ryan, and that's it. Other than that, everybody else is odd man
Hey,
out.
we need to make that tournament happen, and whoever wins gets a prize from me. I will send you a prize from the Jabberhammer.
I would love to do that, dude. We got to do it on Champlain. That would be amazing.
I don't care where y'all do it. We just got to
hold
make
on.
it happen.
Fucking Jake's got a little bit of money now. He's like, we're gonna do it on fucking Champlain.
Yeah, why are none of the big trails going there, man? I need an excuse to drive 8 hours to Champlain, man. I love that place.
How long was your drive down to Murray?
About like 11-ish hours.
See, Paul,
without
it's a
stopping.
long time, Paul. It's a long
Yeah, it's a
time.
decent drive.
No, it's 4 hours from me, Alex. So
No,
it
no,
only
no,
takes you
but you
7 to
say-
get to me.
No, it takes Jake literally lives 15 minutes from me, maybe.
And
20.
I'm 4 hours from Murray. Doofus.
Oh, that's GUD math not working out. Shit.
Did you stay in a house or did you camp? How'd you prepare for the tournament weekend?
Me and my buddy Ryan actually rented an Airbnb, which he picked the perfect spot. I mean, we were never too far from anything. I used to stay at Dreher Island, and
Mhm.
it takes a half hour just to get off that island. So anywhere you go is like 50
Yep.
minutes to an hour drive. Where we were, it was like 20 minutes to Columbia. It was real nice. He picked
Yep.
a great spot.
Yeah, I stayed at Dreher Island as well. And I put in at Catfish Johnny's, so it was a 32-minute ride every morning.
Mm-hmm. Dreher Island's awesome. That's where I planned on staying, but when I tried to book it in December, it was already all booked.
No, man, we had the campsite right beside us was open until Saturday morning. Somebody rented it Saturday afternoon.
I was
The
looking
tent-
at
tent
the
site,
cabins. That's where
Oh,
I stayed the
yeah,
first
he was
few
looking
years
at,
I went.
Yeah.
He wanted
Well,
to sleep in a real house, not
they
his
had-
fucking car.
They had
I've done that
200
enough at this point.
Right.
Yeah, they had 200 boats go out there Saturday morning, but they ended up splitting it so it wasn't as many people. That's why I didn't put in there. But yeah, it was. But the campsite was. It probably wasn't even half full. I will tell you this: if you would have stayed on Dreher Island and came out and hung out with us, you definitely would not have finished first.
I probably wouldn't have woke up on time for the
because-
tournament.
Because every one
Hold
of
on.
us at camp, all of us in our 2 campsites together, we finished 90th or lower.
I was about to say Bailey would have came over and like spiked your drink specifically so you can go from third to first.
No, Bailey's not a peasant anymore. He ended up getting into an Airbnb himself. So, well, hey, all right. So you get out there. How deep were you catching them with that 3/4 ounce bladed jig?
Like 7 to 8 feet.
Okay, were you reeling it through grass? Were you hopping? What were you on? Were you on rock?
I was yo-yoing it. I picked up that because it was like grass, but it was like there was like some wood mixed in, like not like brush piles or anything, just like pieces of sticks. And the cranks would a lot of times just get fouled in that grass.
Mhm.
It was like that snotty, like nasty grass. It would be
Yep.
hard to rip it out. So I felt like the chatterbait was the best for that situation.
Yeah, that's interesting. I found that grass too with some of my shallow diving crankbaits, and I ended up throwing a drop shot. And the only places I caught my fish were in timber, but I wasn't on the big fish anyway, so it wasn't a matter. But pulling why 3/4? Was it the wind that made you go that heavy, or is that what you typically fish? What brand jig was it?
Well, it was a jackhammer, but
Okay,
they had a 3/4. the 3/4 whenever it's windy or if it's like clear, because that fast fall, like when you yo-yo it, like hop it, I feel like that just makes them react. I feel like a lot of guys don't yo-yo a chatterbait, especially not a 3/4 ounce chatterbait.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, you wore that damn chatterbait out because there wasn't a stitch, there wasn't a centimeter of paint left on the head of that thing when you took the picture, and at least the picture I saw.
Hey, yeah. So speaking of the picture, like how, like what's your feeling about like you just won this tournament, right? I'm sure you're getting like you were on fucking bassmaster.com. That's fucking cool as shit, right? Is it kind of settled in like how cool it is?
I was talking to a guy at work today, and I was like, every day I've woke up since, I just wake up and I'm like, just praying that it wasn't a dream. I'm like, I'll just still be real life. Please don't wake up and it's Thursday again. I just can't believe that all that happened, man. It's literally a dream come true. Like,
where's the trophy?
It's right here, here
let's
next
see
to my
this
own
fucking thing,
Bro,
man.
we gotta see the blue trophy. Look
right
at that
fucking
thing.
there. Look at that.
Here's the North Jersey Classic. Here's the North Jersey AOI. And then here's the Bassmaster trophy. I'm sorry, it's dark as shit in my room, but
no, it's
that's
all right, man.
Hey, we can see them though. We can see them. Jake, which one of those means the most to you?
I mean, as much as the North Classic and AOI means to me, it's
the fucking
tough
blue
to say that
trophy.
anything means more than this puppy right here.
Hell
Is
yeah,
that,
dude.
Is that because it's a Bassmaster Blue trophy, or is it because the amount of money you won?
No, it's the trophy. Like I said
we
to my one buddy, who was Brian, who was down there with me, I didn't give a fuck about the money, dude. The trophy. I mean, the money helps, but
I was about to say
the trophy. The trophy is worth way more than the money to me. I really wanted to bring it out on Norman with me the next day and like bring it on the kayak with me, but it was so windy. I was like, dude, I don't want to have to hire a diver to go down and grab this thing.
Oh, dude, you've got to figure out a way to like secure that thing to the bow of your kayak for every fucking tournament from now on.
I want to make it a hood ornament on my car so I can just drive around and everybody knows.
Speaking of the bow of your kayak, do you have a motor or are you pedaling?
No, I'm pedaling.
Fuck yeah!
See, all right, look,
I don't have a trailer either. I'm a car topper, old school.
Oh, car topping. I don't have a trailer either. Mine's at least in the back of a truck. I don't want to pick that heavy shit up and put it over my head. What? Yeah, so, all right, no motor. We got a guy. Everybody wants to talk about motors. Where I launched from, I think every single person had a motor. There were probably around 15 to 18 people where I launched. Everybody had a motor, but one or two. You won it without a motor. Did you have forward-facing sonar? Any kind of electronics?
I had a Humminbird Helix 7, which was very, very important. But I didn't bring. I do have a Lowrance Active Target, but I didn't bring it with me because last year I just felt like it was a huge distraction because I really wanted to power fish, and half the time when I would be fishing, I'm scoping around looking for fish instead of fishing the bait the way it needs to be fished. So I was like, I'm just leaving it home this time.
I love it. Yeah, I mean that's fucking awesome to hear. A dude with just pedals and a regular graph came out there, and now he's got a fucking hood ornament for it. It's fucking awesome.
$13,400.
Oh,
and a
dude,
blue
it sounds
trophy.
so much better. It sounds so much better when you say 13.4 anything. Like you could be like, listen, you owe me $13.4, and you're like, fuck yeah, that's a shit ton of money.
No forward-facing sonar, and on top of that, a 7-inch Humminbird, which is probably, out of all the graphs that everybody had out of 258 anglers, was probably one of the smallest ones out there.
Yeah.
And wore them out. So how did you use your Humminbird then? Was it all side scan? Was it down imaging? How'd you use the 7-inch to help you fish?
Side imaging mostly. I bought a map card on my way down there just to use it, but I forgot to update my unit before I went, so I couldn't use the map card.
So
but
you didn't even have a topo map on there?
I did. I had it on my phone. So Humminbird, yes. You can have the app. I forget what it's called. Off the top of my head.
Network.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I have that too. Look, side note. Now I'm going to interrupt you real quick. So hold your thought.
That's what he does.
One Humminbird to another Humminbird. I had a Garmin before, and I loved that I could go on the Garmin app and make waypoints and shit, and they transferred automatically anytime the phone was on and the graph was on. They transferred back and forth. The Humminbird One Boat Network, like I can make all the waypoints on my iPad or phone I want, and I can't. They don't transfer over, at least for the one that I have. And it sucks. But you were using your phone for the topo map and then just your side imaging on your graph.
I would use my phone, and I would have the split screen most of the time with half side imaging and half map. Because when I would go around, I would mark stuff, and a lot of times I was going back through it. So I
Yeah.
would go back through my waypoints, but then I had the graph on my phone to know exactly what depth I was sitting in and casting in. Because with the crankbait, that's very important. And a lot of times I was fishing the bait uphill. Because you'll see bass boat guys, they're afraid to do that. They never fish uphill. So I feel like just presenting the bait uphill a lot of times can be enough to make them bite.
Where
And a lot
did
of guys
you get
don't
that
do
little
that.
tip from? Fishing a
John-
crankbait uphill.
John Commandant, definitely the guy that I was talking about on stage. He taught me about that with everything. I mean, any bait, like it's just a higher percentage chance for that fish to catch that prey if he's chasing it uphill, like compared to him chasing it downhill into deeper water.
Well, you also, especially with the crankbait, you got consistent bottom contact fishing uphill. I've talked about this on the podcast a lot. You spoon plugging. I don't know if you know what spoon plugging is or have ever heard of it, but it's you just go look it up. I'm not gonna get into it. We don't have time. But with spoon plugging, this guy talks about fishing uphill because you maintain bottom contact with bottom contact baits so much more efficiently, and they stay within that strike zone better. That's interesting that you did it, because I love fishing my crankbaits uphill as well, and that's why I do it, is for the bottom contact. But I don't catch $13.4
I was
thousand
about to say,
in
obviously
fish.
somebody's better at it. Your name on
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast is I won 90th, and Jake just put Jesus Christ as his name. Like that's how well he does it.
And look at Alex over here riding the coattails of
fuck
the
yeah.
Jersey
Oh,
guy
yeah,
with
Jake,
the
you
NG
missed it.
represent.
Listen, thank you for going on my behalf to make sure that Jabberhammer loses. So.
That's awesome.
Hey, so what Jake's not actually telling you, we talked a little bit beforehand. He said he did a split screen on his Humminbird, but one side of it was Bass and Brews the whole time. So not only does being on give you luck, it's also just watching it. So make sure you guys are watching it.
Yeah, that's how he kept anybody from coming close to him, because they could hear this shitty podcast and like, yeah, I'm not going to listen to that trash.
Somebody rolls by and all they hear is like, so if dogs have a style, what's Bigfoot style?
Jake, what's up? What's your next national tournament coming up?
I mean, originally I planned it to be Gunnersville for Bassmaster, because I figured I wouldn't be able to afford to do Bassmaster and Hobie, and I can't drive to Possum Kingdom. My car doesn't deserve that. But now I think I might do Norman for Hobie, because I should be able to afford it.
Stay your ass in New Jersey for Norman, so I can at least finish 89th.
I love that lake. I love catching spots, dude. That's we don't have spots up here.
See, that's a New Jersey answer right there. Clear lake spots. I know you don't have spots up there, but it's a clear lake. I don't want that. I want chocolate milk. I don't want any of that. I might see it. I'm supposed to be at Norman. We'll see how everything plays out. But if you're there and I'm there, I'm gonna give you a big old man hug.
I appreciate
Congratulate
that,
you
man.
the right
I'll
way.
reciprocate the man hug.
Okay, well, sweet. I hope you can get your arms around me.
Hey, Jake,
I got
did
skinny
you see
arms,
him?
but they're long.
Okay, well, sweet.
Did you see Paul at the tournament? Because I heard Paul made a big scene because he still wore the Crusher shirt, and he got called for a foul for looking like a giant fucking buoy in the water. So,
Wow.
Is that a 15-yard penalty? He's got to go back to the
exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
I'll tell you what, I did not wear the Crusher shirt, but on Saturday with me fishing in the wind, I have a old Minn Kota Tarova, and that thing does not know what to do when the wind's above 10 miles an hour. I feel like I rode a mechanical bull for about 6 hours on Saturday. I got an ab workout. My thighs were sore. I mean, it was all I could do to stay in the boat a couple times.
My thighs were beyond sore after day one because I crossed the lake and I had to cross back into the wind. And
Shit.
in practice with no wind, it took about a half hour. Going back into the wind, it took about an hour and a half.
Oh,
I was
my
barely
God.
hitting 1.8 on my graph.
Where'd you put in at?
Shoal.
So you
With
went
everybody else.
Yeah.
Everybody from the Northeast goes to Shoal for some reason.
It must have worked because everybody from the Northeast did really well.
Did you ever get worried about, did you take on a lot of water? Did you ever get worried about flipping or anything?
No, I fish Champlain in that wind, and that lake can't get like Champlain does. So I'm never worried about wind or anything like that. I don't even let that like enter my mind in a tournament. If I'm fun fishing, sometimes I'm like, fuck this. But if it's a tournament, you just gotta lock
That's
in.
right.
Like you can't think about that shit. Like,
Hey, Jake Stem said you need to retire on a high note, so he's worried about you taking his thunder up there in the Northeast.
And Sean wants you to be
barely even started yet. I can't retire.
And Sean Place wants you to be a stay-at-home dad when you have his kids. So
He's the one who should be having my kids.
oh, absolutely.
Hey, Jake, if you retire now, you will never lose the 13.4K that you made.
It's true.
I mean, I don't know.
Look,
weekend,
if you're like me,
some of that's going to be gone.
If you're like me, when you win money at a fishing tournament, you won twice as much as you're spending twice as much as you won. I mean, that's play money there.
Usually, I never won nearly this much. The most I ever won before was probably like less than 2,000. So I don't know what to do with this.
Hey, man, come on down to AAC. We'll spend it real nice.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
Let's fucking do it. Listen,
Look,
we'll go out. Hold on. We'll go out and fish for some fucking winter fluke by the fucking trash station, and then when we're done, we'll go to the strip club and the casino.
Hey,
sounds like
Jake,
a good weekend to me.
Hey, Jake, if you want to learn how to lose $1,000 in swim jigs, go fish with Alex. You'll cast it and let him tie your swim jigs on. I guarantee you, y'all will cast off $1,000 in swim jigs.
Yeah, it has nothing to do
I
with
love a swim jig, man. That's one of my favorite baits. I absolutely love a swim jig. I tie my own.
Oh yeah.
Swimming a jig through the tulies, man. Oh man, that's like one of the funnest ways you can catch them. I wish we had more lakes with tulies around here. It's really only Union.
Just move south.
You can get them at never mind. We'll talk later.
Yeah, yeah.
If Alex is giving you a secret spot, I can guarantee you it's got jackfish and it's got crappie. It ain't got nary a bass in it.
I have no interest in catching crappies, man. I caught too many of those.
Don't go fish with Alex.
Fuck off.
He's like a poor man's Ramon Outdoors.
What did somebody call him today? Like relatable Ramon. Oh, Ramon, come on.
Double R.
Double R. He was like, I'm gonna change the YouTube channel. Relatable. Oh, it was Bass and Busky who said it too.
I gotta fix this light bulb in here, man. This shit's fucking getting dimmer by the second.
It is a little bit. And you're about ready to hit to a more professional show.
What
so
he looks like, hold on, Alex, before you get started. Right, he looks like the guy from, he looks like the monster from Jeepers Creepers right now. Probably one of the top 3 greatest horror movies to ever have been invented.
What about this horror movie though? Can you see?
Oh, look at you! Scream. Did you? Hey, hold on, Alex. Got one more since he showed us his socks.
Okay.
Do you have a lucky piece of fishing gear or anything that you take with you or you wear with you when you go? Do you have something lucky that's always on you or always on your boat?
Yeah, it's a light bulb. That's why he doesn't have it anymore.
I do like to always wear some cool looking socks. That gives me confidence. And I do like to always have my bucket hat on. That gives me confidence.
I was about to say the bucket hat.
Wristbands.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, the bucket hat. I noticed looking through your socials, he's rocking the bucket hat. He's bringing it back. I like it.
Usually the Redskins bucket hat.
There we go.
Yeah, is that what you wore at Lake Murray? Anything Redskins?
I didn't, but I had a
That's a clear sign that they're
I had
losers.
another bucket hat that I wore there. This one, like, it's not as wide. It doesn't block the sun as much as the other one I had on.
Yeah,
and it was pretty sunny both days.
Yeah, but you were scared about losing that one in the wind because that bucket hat, if you don't have a chin strap on it, that bucket hat would have been gone.
Yeah, I always get the chin straps.
Hey, speaking of losing shit, I had my camp chair.
Yeah.
And I woke up Saturday morning and didn't put any of my shit up from the campsite. And my bag that holds my camp chair got blown away.
Oh, no.
It's a sad day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
did you ever find it, or is it gone forever?
No, that somebody's going to catch a 10-pounder off of it at KBF around Drury Island this week.
I'm going to find that on my side imaging there next year and catch some of it.
All right, Alex, go ahead with what you were about to do.
Yeah, hey, man, we're going to hit the only scripted part of the show, but before we get there, I want to give you a chance to shout out whoever you want to, kind of your opportunity to, promote yourself, shout out.
Yeah, because if you could ruin the rest of your career on this next little line of questioning we're going to ask, so make sure you get all the good people out of the way first.
Yeah, definitely shout out to Sean Place, Ryan Melia, Jake Angelis, Jacob Stem, Justin Moore, my buddy from work, Andrew Dobrich, one of my best friends, Josh Ozuski. I don't want to name too many names because there's always going to be some. Oh, Rich Topher. I don't want to leave too many people out because they're like, oh man, you didn't shout me out. I don't want to name too many names.
Hey, there's only like 3 of the people you named watching this, so shout out everybody you want because other people probably won't even know.
That's all right for now.
All right, man.
No matter what, I'm gonna forget someone, and they're gonna be like, "What the fuck, man? Where's my shout out?"
That's true. All right, well, the time has come.
It's time.
Boys and girls, let's see how far down the rabbit hole we can go today. Woo! It only takes one.
All right, here's how it's going to work.
Hey,
we're going to
Alex,
ask you...
Alex.
Oh my God.
YouTube's done. You can't have a bang bang.
I don't give a shit. Anyways, hey, here's how this is going to work. We're going to ask you a set of rapid fire questions. All we need is for you to answer the question. We don't need an explanation unless we ask it. Normally we start out with that. Honestly, the Brewskis, the fan of the show, are a very welcoming bunch. This is where they're actually going to judge you, and you're either going to get to the highest levels and become a serious angler, or you're going to go down to the dark waters. Are you ready?
I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
All right, Wacky or Texas?
Texas.
Flops or
He's
crops?
a young guy. I'm a little surprised by that. He's a young guy. I figured we were going to go with Wacky.
Nah, I like to be able to get in that cover sometimes.
Flops.
Flops. I've never been a croc guy. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Flops?
It's good having you on the show. Go fuck yourself. I'm done. No, just...
I have no hate for him, but they're just not for me.
Hey, light bulbs or candles?
Obviously not light bulbs.
Hey, you ought to go steal all the candles from the house and go light them up before a real northern bassin, and you just have candles surrounding you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to find a brighter light bulb. As quick as I can for that one.
Shit. Hey, you're on the way to the lake. Is it slow jams or is it hype music?
Hype music, hip hop, usually.
What is like name what's on rotation right now for you?
Future, Polo G, Juice WRLD.
Okay.
Eminem sometimes. If I need to be mad, some Eminem.
Mom Spaghetti, yep.
Yeah.
It sounds like he just named a bunch of candy at the Dollar Tree.
You fucking old man.
Popo, I don't even know who the fuck half of them people
He said
were.
Future. He said Juicy WRLD.
Polo G, yeah. Some Kanye sometimes.
All right.
I'll rock with some Conway.
No. Just so you know, Paul, this is a different one. I'll rock with some Kanye.
There's a time for some Pat Benatar and Madonna and some Avril Lavigne. There's a time for that too.
All right.
Maybe
All
not
right.
tournament time, but there's a time.
If you had to choose, would you choose Pat Benatar or Stevie Nicks?
Oh, Pat Benatar. I love her.
What?
Yeah.
Oh man, look, I'm taking Stevie Nicks all day long. I want a spell put upon me by Stevie Nicks.
I want Pat Benatar to put a spell upon me.
You want her to smack your ass with that guitar?
Yes, sir. I would love that.
Hey Jake, the next lady friend or whoever you have over, are you gonna try to prop up that trophy in bed?
It's a possibility. Well,
Jake's gonna be trolling the local South Jersey bars, carrying around the blue trophy.
My buddy told me I'm gonna have to double up on condoms next time because all it takes is one mistake and my tournament career is over.
Yeah, that 13.4K just turned into like 40K that you're losing.
Negative, yeah.
Negative 40.
All right, man, you're fishing for 6 hours. Would you rather have 5 2-pounders or 1 8-pounder?
1 8-pounder, definitely.
My man.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yep.
If you would have said 5 2-pounders, I'd have been very disappointed in you.
Yeah, never. My buddy John Cummett, he would always go for the one big one. He taught me that. He would put 3 days in to catch 1 8-pounder, and I seen it.
Dennis Rodman said your hat's ugly.
That's my boy. He would never say that.
Well, he did.
Look at your screen. He just
look at
said
your
it.
screen. Yeah, Dennis Robinson did say it's ugly.
I thought you said Dennis Rodman.
I did.
He did.
He's an Eagles fan. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Hey, do you eat largemouth bass?
No, never once.
Oh
Never
man,
once. All
look,
right.
Lake Norman. If you catch one over 8 pounds at Lake Norman, keep it and I'll come cook it for you.
2 years ago, I had one hooked that had to be at least 6, and then he wrapped me around the dock piling, and that was about it.
Well, hey, at Lake Norman, keep any you catch over 6 pounds. We'll fillet it out. We'll fry the eggs up. It'll be delicious.
Fucking A, Paul. Fucking A.
You're gonna get me canceled.
Wait. So you're worried about the music that I played, but yeah, okay. Are you gonna spend more on a rod or a reel?
Depends on the technique, honestly.
No,
That's
man, we need a quick
asked.
answer.
Yep.
You gotta choose
Rod
one.
or
Real.
All right, there it is.
What kind of reel you using? What kind of? Do you have a brand specific?
I use all the brands. I don't have a brand specific. I use the best that I can for each technique.
You do what I used to do. You buy whatever the fuck's on sale, and that's what you're casting.
I buy whatever I think is best.
There you go.
All right, Paul, did we get through them all? I think so.
I don't know. I'm not looking. I'm letting you fuck it up.
Cool. Hey, have you ever eaten beaver?
Yes.
Yeah. How'd you?
The animal, no.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Yeah. What could that be?
Oh, I don't know. I must have misunderstood the question.
I mean, it was pretty clear. Have you ever eaten beaver? I don't understand where you. I don't.
I
Maybe
guess
Chad could help us out. I don't.
A hairy beaver?
Well, yeah. I mean, most times they are hairy. Sometimes
you got to skin it, or at least shave the hair off first. You don't want hair in your mouth.
Sometimes the little bit of hair adds a little bit of flavor.
I don't know. I've eaten a lot of beaver, and the hair just ruins the bite for me.
Huh. Yeah, I'm totally confused on this. I don't get it. All right. Sean, I can't.
He's going to change the light bulb now.
I can't post Sean's comment because that.
I'm drinking
do it real
some chocolate
quick.
milk right now.
Boom, 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 and then we drop it. I do like Jake's first. He was just kind of thrown off. I like that.
Well, hey Jake, you said your car wouldn't make it to Gunnersville. What kind of car are you riding around?
Wait. I hope it makes it to Gunnersville. Let's not put that into the universe.
You meant you said
I meant
OHIV.
Possum Kingdom.
Possum Kingdom. One of them fucking Texas lakes.
I got a Ford Expedition. It's probably the best car on the road, even though my friends make fun of me every day.
But that's not a car. That's a SUV. Your car topping on an Expedition.
You should see the side of it. It looks like I drove it through 12 thorn bushes.
He's going to use his 13.4K for some body work on the Expedition.
She needs a little bit of love, that's for sure. I got a couple things I got to do.
You should get a body kit put on it before you head down to any more tournaments.
I'm trying to get somebody to pay me to wrap it, but you're gonna have
You
to
should
pay me
get
to
a body kit and a Costco supply of light bulbs. That should be the first purchases with a 13.4K.
How the hell do you have to have a step stool to car top your Hobie on that?
Nah, man, I'm like Drake. I'm 6'1".
Okay. Hey,
All
you're
right.
like 2 Alexes tall.
Oh, that was fun, Paul. Thanks. Yeah, it's great. All right. Well, I guess we'll let you kind of, I see you are completely blacked out at this point. It's fucking hilarious, to be
I'm
honest.
sorry, guys.
No, don't apologize. This is
No.
great. You're live. That's all that matters. Nobody needs to see your face. We got to see the trophy. We got to hear how you caught your fish. They can go and look at your social media and look at your face. All we need to do here is have a good time. Tell me this. For real.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, what's going on?
I was
There's music
starting.
playing.
Go ahead,
What?
Paul. Go ahead, Paul.
Alex, you know what, y'all? Hold on a second here, Jake. I'm sorry. We got to air out some laundry.
We have him a time
Alex
limit.
is no.
We
It's
have a time limit with
7:36.
He's got to
got
get
at
a light
least
bulb
10
and
more
get over
minutes.
to another show. All right.
Well, no, he's gonna light candles. Y'all, this is what I have to deal with Alex. He just be changing shit up and doesn't tell me until the podcast starts, and all of a sudden something's playing in the background. I don't know what's going on.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Paul.
Jake, tell us where we can find you on the social medias. Alex, turn that shit off. Can't nobody hear anything with you playing that shit. He didn't even shout out his socials.
JC_fishing world, but world like Juice World, WRLD. That's my Instagram. I don't use it that much, but I'll start using it more. And then it's just Hake Coucoules on Facebook. And then I have a YouTube, which is the same as my Instagram. But if you go to my Facebook, I think they're all linked in my bio.
Yeah, you got to start putting that content out now to get them sponsors, so you don't have to people be
So you
giving
can have
stuff
light
left and
bulbs.
right. Yeah, at least get some light bulbs.
Phillips. Let's see if we can get a Phillips.
Yeah.
Cree.
Phillips, hook me up.
Just put it all under one umbrella and just get Costco to sponsor you.
Oh, there you go.
I'll take it. I'll be like,
Fucking
lock it.
hot dogs and light bulbs. Let's fucking go.
I know.
And
rotisserie
Costco has
chicken.
gas.
Right? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Costco, hit me up. We could work on something.
Hey, I bet they'd wrap that Expedition. That's big old advertising there.
What
Hell
if they
yeah.
just wrapped it with a giant fucking wiener, like a giant hot dog?
Oh, instead of the Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile,
Yeah.
he's riding around in the Costco hot dog. Look.
Hey,
yeah.
for the right price, I'll do it.
Hey,
It's gonna cost you though.
Hey, look, here's the deal. They take the Expedition and make it the bun, and your kayak is the hot
Yes.
dog.
Yes. Looks like something from Sausage Party.
That would be awesome. Every time you unload, you're putting the hot dog in and out.
I'm not gonna be able to hide at any ramps after that. Everybody will know where I'm at.
Well, look, man, is there anything you want to leave us with before we head on out? Let you get ready for the real podcast you got to go on to next.
Not much. I mean, go Commanders, go Redskins, go Granite State Sticks, and yeah, hopefully I'll get a couple more of these trophies and I'll be back on the show and talk about it again.
Well,
Fuck
look,
yeah.
you ain't even got to win shit the rest of your entire life. We'll have you back on for a regular episode when your lighting's better. Maybe you got some candles burning or a tiki torch.
No, yeah, I don't want a lamp. I want fucking candles next time. I want
No.
it to look like from the movie The Craft. That's what I want to fucking see.
Light as a feather, heavy as a board. Light as a feather, heavy as a board.
Heavy as a board.
That's awesome.
Well, man, this was awesome. Thank you
It
for
was.
coming on and thank you for doing this. I hate I didn't see you, but my ass wasn't staying around for no weigh-in for 90th place and Good luck on the rest of the stuff, the tournaments that you fish this year. If you're at Norman, I'll holler at you if I'm there. We'll get to meet up and we can talk shit about Alex since he doesn't do, he won't come down here and say, God bless you, child.
Yeah. Hey, and then more importantly, if you decide you actually want to compete and stop being a bitch, I'll see you at Lenape.
Maybe it'll line up and I'll be there and I can show you guys how it's done.
Hey,
yeah,
Jake, you need to guilt Alex into fishing all the tournaments, all the local tournaments, and get him to quit being a pansy and get us out there to fish the tournaments, because I know he'd have fun. He just needs somebody to pull him along a little bit.
Yeah, Alex, come up to join Mid Jersey and North Jersey. We got some good lakes. That's the only thing about South Jersey. The lakes kind of suck, but North Jersey, the lakes are really good, and it's worth the drive every time.
I don't know about that. That's a long ass drive. Anyways, we will.
It's worth it.
No, but we'll be in contact, man, because I do want to try out some like Lenape will be my first taste of it, and then I'll see how it goes from there.
Well, hang out, Jake. Man. Don't go anywhere. We're gonna end this, Alex. Now you can finally end it and quit being a. You gonna end it now?